back to Poltergeist Board Games. We are back with the British SOE Agents as they are preparing the Maquis and the Maquis to take on the Germans that have amassed a force and are about ready to hit this compound that we're at. So we have trained them as much as we can in that short period of time, and we will continue with our story, and this will be the finale. So we left off and we draw card number 2 and 8 white cubes. So the white cubes are going to represent the Maquis. Each white cube represents a small unit of Maquis fighters with the attributes shown on card 2. All right, so on card 2, here is card 2. So they have 3 in firearms, 1 awareness, 1 influence, 2 stealth, 1 technical. You can only use tokens from the team pool on a Maquis unit if an agent is present at the same position. When a Maquis unit is injured or killed, remove its cube from the map. Okay, so we will put them here. And we're drawing 8 cubes. I believe that's all I have. It's 8, 5, yep, 8 cubes. Okay. On the encounter map, positions A and B. A is up here, B is down here. Surveillance and ambush positions. Fighters here can watch for the approach of German forces along the woodland roads and potentially carry out an ambush if any troops come that way. Positions C and D, C and D, which is just off. Here's D down here. Move this up. So C and D, actually someone told me I should use tweezers to point out things. C and D here. Main defensive positions for the base. Fighters here will be the key to holding the German forces at bay. So we should probably build up our forces here. And then position E, which is over here. Long range support position. Fighters here can provide support to position C. So they'd support that position. Position F, a surveillance and long-range support position. Fighters here can watch for the approach of German forces across the marshes to the south, can provide long-range support to position D. So that's F, and supports D. Put 1 Maquis unit on each position. Assign your agents and the remaining 2 Maquis units to any position following the encounter rules, page 14 of the rulebook. Note that the 2 additional Maquis units cannot be assigned to position E or F. The Maquis have no more rifles. Once the encounter begins, you can only use team pool tokens on Maquis units if an agent is present. Okay, so we have to put 1 at each position. Units cannot be assigned to E or F. So, okay, C, D, E. And we're going to bulk up here. And we're just going to fortify that. Okay, and then assign your agents. So we're going to put, let's see, we want our long-range expert with the Enfield. Long-range F. So here, we'll put this guy here. So he's going to be represented by blue. So he'll be here with the Enfield. And he's going to have long-range support for D. And then we'll put him here because he's wounded. So we'll leave him at the base. We'll put her here. And we'll put her up here. But I don't like having this so open. So let's bring there. Then we'll have 3. Maybe I'll put him up here. There. All right, I like that better. But what's E? Long range support. Fighters here can support position C. I think I like this setup better. Okay. So if Q is circled, turn to entry 374, and Q is circled, so we go to 374. If T is circled, do we have T circled? No, T is not circled. Else go to 388. So go to 388. Check the highest awareness at position A plus the lowest stealth at position A. So the highest awareness at A three. So it's a 3 plus the lowest stealth. Their stealth is a 2 and a 1, so a 4 total. So we go to 466. You stay low in the undergrowth in case there are any German scouts around who could spot you. However, this severely restricts your ability to surveil the area, meaning you gain no information about whether the Germans might attack from this direction. Turn to entry 186. All right, check the highest awareness at position B. Position B. It's D, B. It's the 2 Maquis, so the awareness is a 1. Turn to 292 then. All right, 292. You watch for any sign of Germans, but aside from a few startled deer, you don't see much. At one point, you spot a vehicle moving between the trees some distance away, but you think it was probably just a tractor. If Q is circled, turn to 392. It is. Okay, check the highest awareness at position F. Position F is here. Awareness for him is a 1. So turn to 440. You detect movement across the marsh to the south. German troops are approaching, but at this distance you can't tell how many there are. Turn to 295. Okay, based on what you know from surveillance or other information sources, you may now redeploy your agents and some of your Maquis units. You may redeploy any number of agents units between any positions. You may only move Maquis units from positions that have more than 1 unit and must leave at least 1 unit behind. Turn to 266. I think I'm just gonna keep holding there. Actually, you know what, I might move a Maquis here. Okay. So 290, what was it? 266. Okay, as your team of agents move through the Moret region, their actions may have brought them to the attention of German command. Tracking points represent the extent to which German command are aware of your presence and the level of resources they have mobilized in response. Red cubes represent German forces. How many tracking points do you have? We have 4. So take 14 red cubes. The German command has received reports of unusual activity in the region, has responded with a small increase in troops. So we take 14 cubes. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, 14. If J and or I are circled, I is circled, turn to 268. Okay, your knowledge of the composition of German force will give you an advantage in the upcoming battle. If both I and J are circled, which they're not, if only I is circled, add 2 firearm tokens to the team pool. So yeah, 2 more. If Q is circled, turn to 455. Put half of your red cubes to the north of the map and half to the south. If you have an uneven number, place the extra token to the north. Turn to 199. Okay. 199. All right, we are getting into it now. Okay, this is for D and F. If the convoys across the marsh begin to advance, and as the machine guns get within range, they open fire. For every 4 points of firearms at position D plus F, remove 1 cube from the south of the map. So D and F. See, that's D. 4 points of firearms. So that's 3, 6, 7. So that's 1 red cube. And then it's another 3, 4. So that's 2 red cubes. Okay. So 2 red cubes get removed. If Z is not circled, it's not. You didn't improve physical defenses, give an injury to 1 agent and unit at position D. 1 agent and unit at position D. So green takes an injury. Get rid of these blue. Okay, so she's injured now. Can't see the south here. There we go. Okay. And then 1 unit. So 1 unit's injured, so they go away. Okay, if W is circled, W is not circled, else turn to 212. Okay, section A. You feel your heart begin to race as you hear numerous vehicles approaching from the north. You lie in wait, body tense as the main attack column of the German force comes into view. At the front is a Panzerwagen, armored car with a machine gun. It is followed by a line of KFZ-70 transport trucks loaded with troops. 2 are also mounted with machine guns. If Y is circled, which it's not, else turn to 255. You could take this opportunity to surprise the Germans and launch an ambush, potentially doing some significant damage. However, against a force of such size, it's unlikely that you'd survive. Alternatively, some or all of you could fall back to position C and report what you've seen. Move any number of agents' units from position A to C. This number can be 0. Any agents' units left at position A will launch an ambush. All right, so we're going to fall back from A. to C. That way we have strength in numbers there. If you still have agents and units at A, go to that, else turn to 286. Now armed with knowledge about their force composition, you tailor your plan of attack to be optimally effective against them. Minutes later, the attack column rounds the bend. Add 2 advantage tokens to position C. Turn to 304. From your high perch, you see a KFZ-70 with a machine gun move to attack position C from the western flank. It's supported by numerous soldiers with rifles creeping through the woods behind it. Check total firearms at position E. We have no one at E. So we have to turn to 175. Fire on the German man machine gun, wounding him. He is forced to retreat into the vehicle. Add 2 advantage tokens to position C. Alerted to your presence, the riflemen target your position, and while you're distracted, the gunner emerges again and joins them, forcing you to fall back. However, you don't realize until too late that another group of riflemen is circled around you. Your retreat takes you straight into hail of bullets. All agents and units at position E are killed. Discard their cards and allocate equipment. If any red cubes remain to the south of the map, turn to 206. The force to the south continues to press forward across the marsh. If Y is circled, turn to 225, else turn to 196. For every 3 red cubes to the south of the map, give an injury to 1 agent at position D. Every 3 cubes, so just 1 injury at position D. So 1. If position D is either empty or only has mortally wounded agents, turn to there. Else, calculate your total firearms at position D and F. So, what do we got? 1, 4. Remove 1 red cube from the south side of the map for every 4 firearms. Okay. Okay, so we've removed 1. Okay, and then go to entry 112. The German force attacking from the north is formidable. The KFC-70 with a mounted machine gun fires relentlessly in your direction. While riflemen approach from the cover of the woods on the eastern flank, some of you focus on suppressing the machine gun, while the others attempt to take down the riflemen. For every 5 points of firearms at position C, remove 1 red cube from the north. So 5 points at C. So we've got 1, 3. You've got 12. So that's 2 red cubes from the north. Oops. Okay. How many red cubes remain to the north of the map? We have 5. So we turn to 231. Several riflemen go down, but the rest continue to advance. You partly suppress the machine gun, but it continues to send intermittent bursts of bullets in your direction. If Z is circled, it's not. Else, for every 3 red cubes to the north, give an injury to any 1 agent or unit at position C. So it's per 3, every 3. So 1 unit goes away. Okay. Then if position C is either empty, it's not. If there are any red cubes on position F, no. Else turn to 141. Further up the road to the north, you see another wave of troops approaching. If W is circled, it's not. Else add 6 red cubes from the supply to the north of the map. If S is circled, which it's not, you feel that you can't hold the Germans off much longer, but the Maquis agents with the information on the German intelligence facility still haven't returned. If you fight on, you risk your lives and the lives of the Maquis, and your first objective was to get them to safety. But if you withdraw, you'll fail your second objective to obtain the information on the German intelligence facility. Note that if you choose to fight on, you will possibly be able to move some agents and units to different positions. To withdraw, turn to entry 323. To fight on, turn to 142. We will continue to fight on. If you have at least one agent unit at position B to secure as an escape route, which we do, you may move agents and units from position B to C for support. Okay, if you have agents units at both positions D and F, which we do, they can provide covering fire for the other. You may move any all units from one of position D or F to C. All right, I'll move them all. I'll move everybody to C. Actually, I'll collapse. I'll leave one at F. So D will come down to C. F will stay for support. Okay, turn to 228. You are forced to fall back and surrender some ground, briefly exposing yourself to enemy fire. Given an injury to one agent unit at position C, turn to 237. You quickly take up position behind some low walls, peppering the German forces with bullets. Then you see that a group of Maquis are gathered around the house, occupied by their wounded leader, Felix Abend. A squad of Germans is closing in on them. Dr. Ziegler and Jacqueline emerge, carrying Felix as 2 Maquis fighters fall to German bullets. Felix, now conscious, suddenly breaks free and pulls away from them. "Go!" you hear him shout. "I'm too slow. I won't have others die for me." He turns to Jacqueline and says, "You will be a great leader, Mother. I'm sure of it. Tell Marianne that I love her." Jacqueline reaches for him, but Felix turns and runs towards the soldiers, his gun drawn. His mother screams and tries to follow, but is pulled back. The Germans are startled to see Felix charging towards them with all the remaining strength he can muster, and at least 3 of them fall to his bullets before one of theirs strikes him. The first hit is followed by a barrage, sending him to the ground. His actions give Jacqueline, Ziegler, and the other Maquis the chance they need to get away and take cover. The Germans are closing in. With everything you've got, you launch one more offensive. For every 5 points of total firearms at position C, remove 1 red cube from the north. Use all the firearm tokens you can. This is your last chance. Okay. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 16, 17, 19, and the 4 tokens is 23 tokens. 23 tokens. So 5, so that's 4. So we remove 4. Turn to 159. The intense bloody fighting continues, but you are determined to give the Maquis agents time to get back to camp. For every 3 red cubes on the map, give an injury to in 1 agent or unit at position C. If you reach the point where there are no agents or units at position C to give injuries to, you must give those injuries to agents, units at any other position. Turn to 270. Okay, so for every 3. So what do we got? We got 3, 6, so 2 more units fall. There is a signal from the Maquis to the south. The agents with the information on the German intelligence facility have returned. It's time to withdraw and make your escape. End of encounter. Return any tokens on the map and all advantage tokens to the supply. How many Maquis units survived the battle? 2. Turn to 3. 2 units survived, so turn to 324. Although some of the Maquis have survived, ready to continue fighting for freedom, the Maquis have been reduced to a fraction of its original numbers. Objective 1, partial success. Objective 2, success. Turn to 351. As you head into the forest with the Maquis survivors, you glance back through smoke and flames, backlit by a crimson sky. You see German trucks rolling into the ruined village. Excited shouts echo over the hills. But whether in triumph at your defeat or despair at your escape, you aren't sure. Then your eye is drawn to an armored car that has stopped next to the dilapidated house, outside which lies the body of Felix Auban. A tall figure emerges from the car, the glow of a cigar between his lips, and the salutes from the surrounding men tell you this is someone of importance. It's difficult to see him clearly, but you get the impression of an angular face and small, close-set eyes. He walks up to Felix's body, kneels, and puts his cigar out on the dead man's face. As some of the German soldiers let out whoops and cheers, you turn away, your feelings torn between relief that you evaded such a man and anger that you could not stay behind and put a bullet between his eyes. That is end of mission 1. So that is a playthrough. That's the finale. So we did, pretty good. We got a partial success on objective 1. So you mark that, and then we got a full success on objective 2. So not bad. And we did not lose any agents, which is good. So all of our agents survived. First time I played, I did not do this good. I got a failure on objective 1, and I got I think a success or a partial success on objective 2, and I lost like 3 agents. So that's how this played. I hope you guys like this playthrough, and this is a really fun game. The second time I've gone through it, and things went down different paths and met different people. So it was a lot of fun. But don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me any comments if you want. Thank you so much for watching.